what are your thoughts on, and I know First Trust was on the cutting edge of not calling inflation transitory, which was the opposite of the Honorable Jerome Powell at the time and Janet Yellen, quite frankly. I mean, how did you guys make that call? What led you guys to come out? I think it was 2021 when First Trust came out with the call and said, hey, inflation's here to stay.
Yeah, that's really our chief economist, Brian Westbury, and his team looking at all the data and seeing the kind of money printing that was going on and that kind of monetary stimulus and on top of the fiscal stimulus and saying that you cannot do this. You cannot print that much money. You cannot add that much to the money supply and not have inflation. And he was exactly right that we had massive inflation, even as it ebbs here at 3% or so, higher than the Fed wants, higher than anybody wants. So it's still not eradicated. And even with the Fed raising rates dramatically, um, I have a thesis for that, and I think it's simply the fiscal stimulus. There is so much fiscal stimulus that is actually thwarting the Fed in some regards from actually seeing inflation go to the 2% level, because every time the rates might affect somebody fiscally, the government is just giving citizens and companies more and more money, and we're running almost a $2 trillion deficit this year in a time when we're not at war. So it's I think the fiscal response is still continuing with the infrastructure bill and lots of other government support that's superseding some of what the Fed's trying to do in regards to inflation.